We have more questions for the provincial government tonight after Toronto Fire moved in last evening and shut down one of the illegal group homes at the heart of our CityNews investigation. Now, 11 vulnerable residents are homeless, despite a warning to the government from the OPP that it needed to come up with a strategy to help people like them.
Toronto Fire, how you doing? Yeah, we're here to insurance and order on the house to close, okay?
This is not a victory for anyone. 11 vulnerable residents left homeless and taken to a nearby hotel by the Red Cross after Toronto Fire moved in and closed their illegal group home for ongoing multiple fire code violations. It was simply heartbreaking. Now that this home is closing, where are you going to go?
On the streets, Cynthia.
The sad reality is that is a possibility for that man. But Toronto Fire was left with an impossible choice. Leave vulnerable residents who should really be in long-term care in a potential fire trap, or close it down and they end up on the streets or in a shelter.
This building, though, has had too many violations. The numbers continue to increase. At the end of the day, we don't want to put people on the street, but really we've been put in a position where we have no choice but to make sure we look out for their best interest.
We have been trying to find out what is going to happen to the residents with no success. The city will only say they are being assessed for their needs.
Nobody deserved to die that way. He had no dignity and no help.
CityNews has been exposing the appalling conditions in illegal group homes in an in-depth investigation. Our findings are similar to an OPP report that found residents who are often elderly or have mental health issues living on mattresses on the floor without adequate food or care in mouse-infested homes. It highlighted the issue in this letter to the Ministry of Health and Long-Term Care on December 21st, 2016, warning, if the illegal group homes were shut down, there was nowhere else for residents to go other than shelters or the streets, and stated Ministry of Health and Long-Term Care would need to consider a strategy for the displacement of residents if the unlicensed residences ceased to operate. We asked the government if, 1 year after that letter, they have come up with a strategy. The statement from a ministry spokesperson didn't answer the question, reading in part, our government is committed to more closely examining this situation and coming up with solutions and opportunities to enhance the safety and oversight structure of unlicensed group homes. Have you seen any change whatsoever?
I haven't seen any change that relates to this at all, not at all. We already have about over 30,000 people on waiting lists for long-term care. There's really not been a lot of action by the ministry for this particular issue.
What is the solution?
We need more long-term care beds. If it's group homes, we need proper group homes that are properly funded and monitored, not someone just opening up a house that they've rented.
This is a story that has layer upon layer of vulnerable people falling through the cracks, often going unnoticed. We are going to continue to ask the provincial government questions that have yet to be answered. For example, why have they not yet licensed illegal group homes? Why have they seemingly ignored the OPP report from over a year ago? And what are they going to do to help the people who were left homeless last night?